And welcome back to the Fraser Valley in British Columbia and Hilly Farms. This is episode 4 of the Fraser Valley series. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen in this episode. I just jumped in. It's the morning after. It's lunchtime of the day after the red beet harvest, and I've just picked up a bunch more contracts and finished off the baling contract down on field 18, which is what we'll get to. But we've got this silage contract up on field 115, I think, 115, and it's in the northeast corner. We're going to be turning this into silage. We've also got the oh no, not this one. We'll get to that one. We've got the Cylon doing a weeding contract on field 110, which is also in the northeast corner. But the reason I brought you in now is down in field 6, 7, and 18. This one is field 7. These are all the bales that we had left over, and I've already taken one bonus trailer out of this field. And over on field 18, field 6 and field 18 were both hay, and they were both going to the same sell point. So their bales kind of mixed up a little bit. But these are all the bales that were left over. It's ridiculous. And I didn't even roll up probably a quarter of the field, or maybe even a third. So what I'm going to do about that, first I thought that there was a way through better contracts of reducing the reward bonus. That's right, there were some over here as well. This is on field 6, so so many bales. They are big fields, but still, there's some dead in that corner too, I think. Anyway, it'd be interesting to see, do other people have this problem on other maps? I haven't played enough other maps at the moment. And secondly, what I'm going to do to get around it is, this is how I was hoping to do it. I thought that this function would reduce the amount of bales that were left over, but it doesn't. It just reduces the reward of the contract. As you can see here, this field 18 baling contract used to be 38,000, and now it's, because I reduced it 90%, it's only 3,000. So what I'm going to do instead is use EasyDev to delete any bales that are left over, and just change that contract reward back to standard, take the cash and delete any extra bales, just like that. And yeah, that's how we'll do it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. I'm not sure what's going to go. Actually, I want to save up for a new tractor. That's what we'll be working towards. I'll speak to you when we get closer to that. Okay, and we are back. It is the next day. It's the morning of the next day. So you are finishing off the contracts from yesterday and the baling. That's all taken care of now. And we're at the shop, so that means we must want to buy something. We have here a ploughing contract. If you have a look down the bottom here, we're starting to get a few of the end of year ploughing contracts, and I've just spent a fair bit of time messing around over on, I'll show you, over on field 92 here. You can see that I've made a start with the ploughing job a couple of times, and that's because I was just, as you do in Farm Sim, spending a lot of time working out which mod to use, and I didn't want to use these big deep cultivators. I wanted to get something a little bit shallower, so I was working with this mulch tiller for a while, but unfortunately it on Courseplay it doesn't have any animations, so it looks pretty bad. This one was a pretty good deal too, but it's quite old and sort of older way of doing things, so eventually found these guys, and with these two I could run them with the Massey, but this one's going to give us an excuse to get a new tractor. So let's just grab this now. Doesn't matter too much about the wheels. And I was having a look at this before. It's got this auto reset, which looks really cool, but it costs 10 grand. So maybe we'll just leave that off for now. Okay, here we go. We've got we have a plow or a eco-till, which is pretty cool. Um, the Massey only has 190 horsepower, so we're going to need a bigger tractor, and I've had my eye on this one for a while. In fact, I really, really like this mod. We're sticking with a bit of an AGCO playthrough, so um, a Fendt makes sense, and this is the slightly older model. I think it's the 2000s model, 2004 or something like that. Um, and we're going to need some wheel weights, make it look a little bit unique. Just one will do. Use the electric mirrors. Okay, after tweaking around with that a little bit, we've got it down to what we can afford. Um, we've just got the 245 horsepower now, and a few other little changes. But let's buy a tractor. Nice. This will be really good for mowing when we get a bigger mower as well. And yeah, it'll be a good sort of transition tractor from being a bit of a smaller play to when we get a bigger, newer tractor soon. I mean, probably next year. That's what I mean. When we got the money for it. Okay, let's get this round to field 92, which is just around the corner. The other thing I was thinking when working out what subsoil or plough to use was how wide they are and getting them around the map. And these are quite wide, so I'll probably have to manually drive this plough to each of the fields around the map instead of sending them off on auto drive. And we're probably going to have to knock over some of the witches' hats on the railway crossings as well. But that's okay. They come and get reset every night by the construction workers. And as you can see here, we've got the Massey left over from all the testing I was doing. And I might as well set up a new course. One thing I was thinking of doing was getting two smaller plows, sort of in the 4 meter range, and then I would have been able to use the Massey and possibly another new tractor, a different new tractor, and do two jobs at once. I mean, sorry, two tractors in the field. So it would have been maybe two 4 meter plows, for example. Obviously, there's more fuel costs and running costs associated with that. So yeah, there are pros and cons of doing everything. But having this tractor as we head into winter will be important because that's basically what's going to keep us going right through winter is yeah, ploughing and cultivating contracts, and we'll get up and do some forestry as well. Right. So they're on their way, and while while they're heading off to the start, I'm going to work out what else to do with the rest of the month. I've decided that I'm not going to do any harvesting at this year. We'll save up to get a harvester next year, at the start of next year, hopefully. Which means we've got ploughing, so I might as well just I'll grab that one now too for when that one's done. And I'll be focusing on baling a lot in the next couple of months. And oh, this gives me an idea because there's something I've been wanting to try. Well, we've just spent money on a tractor, so we can't afford that anyway. We'll maybe get to that tomorrow. Yeah, let's just do field 2 as well. Okay. So yeah, you can see here I've been playing around with lots of different passes, lots of different plows, and as I said, this is sort of what we do with in Farm Sim. It's I do at least is spend half my time in the mod hub. And I just realized that I left the weight on the front of this tractor, so I'll quickly run it down here and put it on the front of the Fendt because that would be a little bit more realistic. Yeah, let's drop this weight off with the Fent, and I'll go and pick up all the mowing equipment, and I'll meet you down at that contract in, I think it was field 2. Okay, here we are down at field number 2 at Dairies, and we've just set up the mowing on field 2 here. Just something that had to do on this field is set up its own field definition, because it's got this track running through the middle of it, which means that Courseplay only picks up Courseplay picks up 2 separate fields here. So the way to fix that is just going into Courseplay, and if you click on these buttons when the tractor's not running, it'll eventually turn into a record button, and then you can record your driving around the outside of the field, and it uses that driven track around the outside of your field as the boundary for the Courseplay. So that's what you can see with the blue line around the outside here. Anyway, I'm going to wait for this tractor, this mower, to get a bit of a start, and then we'll get the tedder and the windrower going, bale this up, and it's going to be delivered to Salisi Farms, which is just here, so it's not very far away at all. It's a nice easy contract. We'll keep an eye on these ploughing contracts, and I'm going to pick up a bunch more baling contracts for the rest of October, and probably come back now at the end of October, and maybe even into November, and yeah, I'll let you know how things went. One thing I want to do soon, as soon as we've got some money again, is get set up for some forestry. We've got the plot of land up that comes with the starting land. I always forget which field number it is. Yeah, 198. And that's got a few trees around the outside here that we'll be able to make the most of this winter. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So unless something pops up, I will see you in November with a bit of a report on how things went, and also with a bit of a plan on what we're going to do during winter. And welcome back. As you can see, it is November as promised, and we've been busy doing a ton of baling, and I think given that it's November now, it's about time to give the baling a break. We've been going pretty hard at it, and yeah, in real life I very much doubt there's much baling going on in the valley. Here we are in field 125, I believe, and 126, And yeah, we're just ploughing up this oats, I think it was, that was in harvest by the workers. And you can see I've done baling on field 99, 117, 118, and ploughing on 61 and 92, which has been, yeah, quite a profitable um, October for us. And now that, in fact, we've got one more ploughing down here that we're going to take. But now we've got a shed full of tractors and not much to do with them because I'm not going to do any of these baling contracts. And these harvesting ones are just the end of them anyway. Um, so we need to come up with a plan with what we're going to do for the plan what we're going to do for winter. One other thing that I'll just jump out. Uh, when I was talking to you last, I was making a joke about how we're going to have trouble, and we're going to have trouble getting this plough around the map, and knocking over the witches' hats and stuff. I thought I remembered about this type of trailer, and this is actually a mod. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep it because it doesn't have straps, but maybe I'll just go for the in-game version, which I'm pretty sure does have straps. Um, but yeah, that is how we're going to get the plough around the map from now on, which is just a little bit more realistic. Um, what I'm going to do is jump over to the Xylon, and that's something you might notice here is I don't normally do this, but since I'm recording, look how clean everything is. So that's what I've been doing this morning. I usually get up pretty early in the morning, around 7 or something at this time of year, and I've been making everything clean apart from this cedar and weeder. Um, and getting everything, well, at least having a look at everything now that it's the end of the season, and uh, everything needs a repaint. And this is Grandad's stuff, remember? So it's already done a few kilometers, it's already done a few 100 hours. So we're going to have to upgrade the mowing stuff, as much mowing stuff as we can for the next season. But that's why we did all those contracts, and that's why we're going to get busy now setting up for forestry. I don't really, oops, that's the wrong tractor. I'll just jump into the right one. Don't really have too much of a plan to go crazy with the forestry, but I know, um, because I built the map, that there are some good trees on the land that we do own already, and that'll be definitely enough to. I'd like to start building some pallets, some pallets of pallets, which we're going to need for the hops. Oh, and that reminds me, the other things we're going to have to do is set up for the hops, which includes ploughing up the paddock where we're going to plant those vines. And the other thing is, I wanted to put oilseed radish in here to get a cover crop in for winter, but I missed that opportunity. I needed to do that in October, and we can't do it. So I'm going to plough this up. I think it's due for a plough. Maybe not. Oh yes, it does. So yeah, we'll plow that up, and also plow up the spot for the hops, which I think, as I've mentioned, is over on field 198 here. I'm going to do something in that field for the hops. Um, so anyway, I'll meet you at the shop with the Xylon in a moment, and I'll show you what my plan is for forestry. Okay, as you can see here, I also went and got the truck because we're going to need that as well. And I don't even know if I've mentioned it yet, but I've got this jerry can fuel mod, which I use to fill up tractors because I'm always forgetting to put fuel in them, and I'm pretty good at getting them serviced because every time I drive in and out past the front gate at home, I get them serviced. But I probably should just leave the fuel there too. But I'm always getting the out of fuel message. Anyway, here we are, and forestry. I think the first most obvious thing is, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but I thought the Xylon sort of suits itself as a bit of a forestry tractor as well. And it has its own front loader. And yeah, let's try it. That looks a bit too shiny. I would do it if it was matte, but yeah, that's cool. Buy that. And probably most important, yeah, I spent a little bit of time looking for trailer options, but quite like this pole trailer. I might use that later on in the game, but I thought for now this trailer here will suit the truck that we have. We've got a F350, which is definitely big enough to carry this type of trailer. I'm just going to assume. I don't really know too much about it, but I assume it does. And yeah, this will be perfect for what we need. Just sort of smaller lengths of wood that we'll cut down from our own property. Um, you get wider tires, why not? And that's a pretty good price too, I think. Alrighty, let's see what that looks like behind the truck. And this is something I know from when I was putting the truck together. It's got a, if I remember how to do it, the truck goes up and down, which is kind of cool. But also, yeah, that one. The the hitch goes up and down as well, which is very convenient in this case because if it was down, see how the back wheels come off there. Um, this is a good truck. Okay, I'm going to put that stuff on the front of the Xylon, and I'll meet you up at the forestry at our like, what are we going to call it? Our mountain farm. I'll meet you up at the mountain farm. And while the tractor and truck are driving up to the mountain farm, just jump over to the vegetable juice production to see how the beet juice is going. And from memory, we had 107,000 litres harvested, so we're about 20% through that. And we're storing 10,000 litres, and that means that there's probably some out the front as well. Each of these are 1,000, so there's 14,000 litres. So 14,000 litres is going to be about 20%. So 14 times 5, we're looking at about 65 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, 65,000 litres of juice. And I have put down some sell points. There's one just over there at the train station and another one over at the supermarket. So that's ticking along nicely. Okay, here we are up at Mountain Farms, and from memory, lose my headphones. From memory, there are some trees here that we we own that are just on the edge of our land. So I'm just going to pull out the big ones because I don't want to get rid of the whole forest. Um, so yeah, let's just knock one over and well, see if we can knock one over, depending on the edge. Is this ours? Okay, yeah, I'm going to be looking for the stage threes because they are the largest, and this is a nice stage three pine, I'm pretty sure. And we walk in a straight line. Not sure how much will. Oh, that's interesting. The boundary sign just came up then, the boundary warning. So it must be around here somewhere. I think you might have noticed in the clip just then that I also brought this winch, and it's the Taj Fun winch. That's actually, I remember it as a mod from 2019. It was pretty amazing back then, having the working winch, the wire, back in 2019, back in FS19. How do we make this work? Anyway, this is what we'll be doing a lot of for the next episode. I don't know how to make this work. We will be pulling out an occasional tree, and yeah, like I think I started saying before, I'm not sure how many trees, or even if I think maybe only one tree will fit on each of this on each load. So it'll be a bit of a slow process, but I'm going to get as many as I can down to the sawmill, and down there, I'm not sure what we're going to do with it exactly yet. Probably, hopefully, turn it into pallets, but I can't remember how much that production costs. So yeah, we'll work that out in the next episode. This winch is really cool. I like it. I'm still working out how it works, and we'll do that in the next episode. Let's see where the plough's up to. Doing a good job. Got a fair way to go though. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much again to the Patreons and the supporters who have supported the map on itch.io. If you've got any questions about the map, jump over to Discord, or let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Happy farming.